This is Paul saying the market speculator with the trade report for Friday, November 19, 2015. Let's take a look at SPY here. A day of consolidation, much like the day 2 days ago after we had the big move. We had another 1.5% move, another day of consolidation, and another day of consolidation near the highs of the day before, which is nice. And that's what we got last time. And then we got another little breakout here. Now, I'm not saying this is going to lead to a breakout again, but this is a positive. We want to see these consolidations that are pretty tight and high in the range here. If they pull back too much, oftentimes we get one of these types of moves, which we've already had one, so we don't want to see another one that could lead to a breakdown. But going into the last day of the week this week and heading into next week, we really want to see a break over this little pivot range here, which we could call a relative high. And then all-time highs, which if we see the overall pattern here, are up here around 214, so 6 points away. So if we get over this pivot, the all-time high should be well within reach here. And if we look overall, that's what the pattern is kind of telling us. We have the sell-off, kind of a bottom pattern here, and run up, and now we're testing these highs. Now, it could take a few attempts here, but then once we break out, that could be the start of a trend that we haven't had in a long time. We know this has been this kind of market of chop for over a year now, which has made it a little tough for a number of traders. Even the big time hedge funds and professional traders have not done well in this market. But this could be the start of something here. So let's see if we get that kind of almost cup and handle type setup. It's good that we consolidated a little bit in here. We talked about that. We didn't want to break out right away. We wanted some consolidation, and we're getting that now. And we're positioning ourselves for a breakout to the long side. Let's go over our positions. First, let's take a quick look at IWM. Remember, we key in on IWM because that gives us a hint at what's going on with the broader based market. And that's recovering here too, and looks like it might be ready to run. So that's good. Now, remember, we're going into December now, and we've got Thanksgiving week here, which is historically a pretty low volume week. So know that going into next week. And then we've got December, and December puts seasonality in our favor. We expect these funds to have these markups, where basically they want to tell their clients, look, we're in these stocks that have done well all year. So remember that. Key in on the stocks that have led the market this year, because those are the ones that usually get bought up in December. Again, because the fund wants to go to their client and say, even if they weren't in it all year, they want to say, hey, look, Google has led, Netflix has led, and we're in this stock, and it's going to do well next year. So this is kind of the strategy towards the end of the year that you should employ for swings. Look for the stocks that have led. And basically, it's the FANG stocks: Facebook, Amazon, Google, Netflix. That's why I'm keying in on them. I did a video this week on them. LinkedIn, Baidu, a few others in here. Those are what I'm keying in on to try to get into going into the end of the year. We're still in Google now. I took 3 of the FANG stocks earlier this week on this. I think this was Monday here, or Tuesday, when we had these bullish candles in just about all of them, and we've had the nice run up since, and they're testing their highs here. So Google was one that I didn't take the quick profits in. I took quick profits in Amazon and Netflix. Those are back on the focus list. I want to get in them again, but for now we're in Google here, and we see its run up here. The entry was right around 750. And we're looking for a move to 765, 770, and maybe even play a break from that. So that one's good here. Now, biotech has put in a nice pattern here, kind of a bottoming formation here. Not overall bottoming. I mean, it's in a pretty big trend here, but over the last 5 years. But relative kind of bottoming formation here. We remounted the 50-day moving average. Now consolidating here, and if we can get that run up. Again, we entered on this day when it tested the 50-day. So we're right around our entry level, and we want to see this run up, but it looks healthy here. So that's looking good. PayPal is consolidating now. We tested the 50-day, which is right around where we got in. And now, we're looking for that run up. So PayPal, biotech still looking good. Again, we use BIB, the leveraged ETF. Google, Shack is the other long here, not moving, quite as well as I'd like. I was expecting this kind of V move, but it has consolidated here at the middle to top of the range. So we'll see if now we get that break over this level, and then we can take our profits up in here. So those are the 4 longs that I'm still in. Again, took profits in Amazon and Netflix, and then we've got 2 shorts. AMBA, again, you would expect a little bit of bounce. Maybe oftentimes we're looking for the break of 50. And if we get that break, we could run down to 40, 45. So that's what we're looking for. It's bouncing up here a little bit. As long as this range in here holds, we'll stick with it. And then Goldman Sachs short, kind of bouncing up with the market, but it is lagging the market. So that's a positive for our short setup. And the 50-day moving average is still in play here. So those are our 6 positions now, 2 shorts, 4 longs. I would be happy to get stopped out of these shorts and the market runs, and then my 4 longs work for me. So that would be overall positive. Even though we'd take 2 losses, we'd probably get 4 big wins. Now for the focus list, a very tight list. I want to see what's really been working. There's no need to have a list of 20, 30 stocks right now. Baidu is one I wanted to get into. I talked about the break at 200. It's run up to 207. So we'll try to get it on a pullback. LinkedIn, same thing. We wanted to hold this 250 level, and we should get a good run towards 270, maybe even 300. CTRP, a new one on the list, broke out on earnings. Now it's broke out again. So we'll watch for the consolidation here, maybe play this into the end of the year. But again, this is leading, going from 60 to 110. Netflix is on the list here. Now, we got out at 116, played this bounce from about 110 to 116. Got up to 120. Now this is an indication of a pullback here. So if we can get that pullback, we'd like to enter. Again, Amazon, we're looking for a pullback or a breakout of this range here. Facebook, we want to see a breakout of 110, and we'll get in there. A few other stocks here to watch. PanW here, starting to recover. Now this isn't a leader anymore, but if it can get up over the 50-day moving average, it'd be good. Ralph Lauren had good earnings, got close to filling the gap, and let's see if it bounces here. And then Apple, even though it hasn't led, everybody's looking at Apple towards the end of the year, and if it can clear the 200-day moving average, I think the probability is high that we test the highs going into either the end of the year or early next. So that's what I'm keying in on right now. Brazil also pretty good here. Bottoming formation looks ready to run. So that's what we're keying in on. Again, we're using this end of the year strategy. Maybe we get a setup today, maybe we don't. But at some point in the next week or two, these are the stocks we'll look to get into. So that's it for the trade report. I'll see you either later today or if I make any trades, otherwise for the report on Monday. And have a great weekend.